What is self-reflection question frameworks? Hi, I hope you are doing well. Today, as usual, you will join your Motivation University with the usual intimacy. Today we are talking about self-reflection question frameworks. We hope to reveal many very important and wonderful facts about self-reflection question frameworks in this video. We invite you to stay with your Motivation University until the last few seconds of this special video. Self-reflection question frameworks serve as powerful tools that guide you through the process of self-discovery, helping you gain profound insights into who you are, what matters to you, and how you can align your actions with your authentic self. These structured approaches to questioning provide pathways for exploring your thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and values in a systematic way that promotes deeper understanding and personal growth. When used consistently, these frameworks can transform your relationship with yourself and enhance your motivation to live in alignment with your true identity. Self-reflection is the intentional practice of turning inward to explore your thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and experiences from an objective standpoint. Through this deliberate practice, you can engage in meaningful questioning, evaluate personal experiences, and assess the consequences of your actions on yourself and those around you. When you actively and consciously reflect, you gain invaluable insights into your motivations, beliefs, values, strengths, weaknesses, and areas for personal growth. The essence of self-reflection goes far beyond looking in the mirror or contemplating your physical appearance. It delves into the depths of your thoughts, emotions, values, and beliefs, fostering a growth mindset. Through understanding your failures and successes, you can uncover your strengths, weaknesses, fears, and desires. This process enables you to examine the experiences that have shaped you and the beliefs that have influenced your perspectives over time. Self-reflection serves as the foundation for developing a strong sense of identity. When you have a clear understanding of who you are, what you believe in, and how you feel about yourself, you're likely to experience higher self-esteem and confidence. This self-knowledge helps you navigate life's challenges more effectively and make decisions that align with your authentic self rather than external expectations. The psychological mechanisms that make self-reflection powerful are rooted in cognitive motivational processes. Research has found that dispositions such as need for cognition and integrative self-knowledge positively influence one's sense of identity. These thinking styles enhance your ability to engage meaningfully with reflection questions and integrate the insights gained. When you engage in self-reflection, you activate areas of your brain associated with introspection and self-awareness. This neurological process allows you to step back from immediate reactions and observe your thoughts and feelings with greater objectivity. As you develop this capacity, you become more adept at recognizing patterns in your thinking, identifying emotional triggers, and understanding how your past experiences shape your current perspectives. For self-reflection to be truly effective, it requires a balance between assimilation and accommodation. Research suggests that over-responsiveness to discrepant information about yourself can negatively impact your sense of identity, while complete imperviousness to new insights can prevent growth. Finding the optimal balance allows you to maintain a stable sense of self while remaining open to evolution and development. One of the most fundamental self-reflection frameworks focuses on examining your thought patterns. This framework invites you to consider questions such as, what recurring thoughts tend to occupy my mind on a daily basis, and how do my thoughts influence my emotions and overall well-being? By exploring these questions, you can begin to identify negative thought patterns or limiting beliefs that may be hindering your growth and well-being. Additional thought-focused questions might include, are there any negative thought patterns or limiting beliefs that I need to challenge and reframe? And what are some positive affirmations or empowering thoughts I can cultivate to support my growth? These questions help you move beyond simply observing your thoughts to actively reshaping them in ways that support your development and enhance your motivation. It's also valuable to examine how your thoughts influence your interactions with others and the world around you. Questions like, how do my thoughts impact the way I perceive and interact with the world around me? And are there any unhelpful thought distortions or cognitive biases that I should be aware of? Allow you to recognize how your internal dialogue shapes your external reality, creating opportunities to align your thinking with your desired experiences and outcomes. Emotional awareness forms a critical component of self-reflection and identity development. A well-structured emotional reflection framework might begin with basic questions like, what emotions do I experience most frequently? And what situations tend to trigger strong emotional responses in me? These foundation questions help you develop emotional literacy, the ability to accurately identify and name your feelings. As your emotional awareness deepens, you can explore more complex questions. How do I typically respond to difficult emotions? And what patterns do I notice in how my emotions influence my decisions? These questions help you understand not just what you feel, but how those feelings impact your choices and behaviors. This understanding is crucial for developing emotional intelligence and making choices that align with your values rather than being driven by unconscious emotional reactions. For even deeper insight, consider questions that connect emotions to core beliefs and identity. What do my emotional responses reveal about what matters most to me? And how might understanding my emotional patterns help me live more authentically? By exploring these connections, you develop a richer understanding of how emotions serve as valuable signals about your needs, boundaries, and values, enhancing your motivation to honor these aspects of yourself. One of the most powerful aspects of self-reflection is its ability to help you uncover and clarify your core values. Questions like, what matters the most in your life, invite you to identify the principles and priorities that define your authentic self. When you gain clarity about your values, you establish internal compass points that can guide your decisions, even in challenging circumstances. To deepen your exploration of values, you might consider questions that examine the origins and expressions of your principles. Which of my values have I consciously chosen, and which have I absorbed from others? And in what areas of my life am I living in alignment with my values? And where do I notice disconnects? These questions help you distinguish between values that genuinely resonate with your authentic self and those you've adopted from external sources. Reflection on values becomes particularly powerful when connected to identity formation. As one writer described, when someone asked about her core values and passion, she found herself struggling to articulate the essence of who she was as a person. Through sustained self-reflection, she went on a transformative journey that clarified her principles and helped her understand the importance of surrounding herself with like-minded individuals who supported her authentic self-expression. Self-reflection becomes practical when it helps you examine your behaviors and actions. Questions like, what is the hardest thing you have ever done? And how did you push through that hard thing? Allow you to explore your capacity for resilience and perseverance. By reflecting on past challenges, you can identify internal resources that will support you in facing future obstacles. Daily behavior patterns provide rich material for reflection. Questions such as, how do you spend your spare time? And what areas of your personal life do you want to improve? Help you evaluate whether your actions align with your stated priorities and values. This reflection often reveals disconnects between intentions and behaviors, creating opportunities for greater congruence in how you live. Courage and growth also emerge as important themes in behavioral reflection. Questions like, What is the bravest thing you have ever done? And what did you learn from a time in your life when you pushed yourself to do better? Invite you to recognize moments when you've stepped beyond your comfort zone and the growth that resulted. These reflections strengthen your belief in your capacity for change and development, enhancing motivation for continued personal growth. Self-reflection isn't only about understanding your past and present, it also helps you intentionally shape your future. Questions like, what are my goals for today, and how can I complete these goals, provide a framework for connecting daily actions to larger aspirations. This bridges the gap between abstract values and concrete behaviors, enhancing motivation through clear pathways for meaningful action. Deeper future-oriented questions might include, what are my plans for the future? And do my future plans correlate to my daily goals? These questions help you evaluate whether your current trajectory aligns with your long-term vision, highlighting areas where adjustments might be needed to create greater congruence between daily choices and ultimate aspirations. The emotional dimension of future planning also deserves reflection. What are my feelings toward those goals? And how can I develop higher achieving goals? These questions help you explore your emotional connection to your objectives, ensuring that your goals are not only logically sound, but also emotionally compelling. This emotional resonance significantly enhances intrinsic motivation, making sustained effort toward your goals more natural and rewarding. Understanding your sense of self is essential for personal growth and well-being. Self-reflection questions can help you explore who you are at the core, clarifying your identity and providing direction when facing life's varied challenges. By examining how your experiences shape your identity, you gain greater agency in consciously developing who you want to become. Effective identity questions might include, who am I beyond my roles and responsibilities? And what aspects of myself remain constant across different contexts? These questions help you distinguish between situational aspects of identity and core elements that represent your authentic self. This distinction supports the development of a stable yet flexible sense of self that can adapt to changing circumstances while maintaining internal coherence. The concept of self-identity is vital because it's connected to your mental health and well-being. When you have a strong sense of who you are, you're likely to have higher self-esteem and confidence. Self-knowledge guides your decisions, helping you choose paths that align with your genuine self. The harmony between what you believe and how you act boosts feelings of authenticity, reducing internal conflict and enhancing overall well-being. For self-reflection frameworks to truly transform your life, they must be implemented consistently in your daily routine. Setting aside dedicated time for reflection is crucial, whether through meditation, journaling, or mindfulness practices. These intentional pauses create space for introspection, allowing you to delve into your thoughts and emotions and unravel the layers of your inner self. Journaling stands out as a particularly effective method for engaging with reflection questions. By writing down your thoughts and responses to carefully selected questions, you externalize your internal dialogue, creating distance that allows for more objective analysis. This practice helps you recognize patterns that might remain invisible during mental reflection alone, providing deeper insights into your motivations and behaviors. Conversations with trusted individuals can also enhance your reflection practice. By sharing your thoughts and receiving feedback from others who know you well, you gain perspectives that might be difficult to access independently. These conversations need not be formal. Even casual discussions with friends who listen deeply and respond honestly can provide valuable insights that enrich your self-understanding. As you become more comfortable with basic reflection questions, you can engage with more advanced frameworks that promote deeper self-exploration. One such framework examines your relationship with self-knowledge by asking, What deeply held beliefs do I have about myself, and how do they shape my thoughts? And how do I approach and navigate through uncertainty or moments of self-doubt in my thinking? These questions help you understand metacognitive patterns that influence your entire self-concept. Another advanced framework focuses on integrative self-knowledge, connecting past experiences, current awareness, and future aspirations into a coherent narrative. Research indicates that this type of integrative reflection positively influences your sense of identity. Questions might include, how do my past experiences inform my current self-understanding? And how can I integrate lessons from my past into my vision for the future? These questions help you construct a coherent life story that provides meaning and direction. Self-reflection can also help you discover your core values and communicate them effectively to others. As one writer described, it took her years to figure out how to express her beliefs and values in the complex journey of self-discovery. Through sustained reflection, she understood that articulating who we are goes beyond casually recognizing our values. It's about expressing them in a way that connects with our core and communicates them effectively to others. Despite its benefits, meaningful self-reflection often encounters internal resistance. You might notice yourself avoiding certain questions, providing superficial answers, or experiencing uncomfortable emotions when exploring particular topics. These reactions typically signal areas with potential for significant growth, though they require sensitivity and patience to navigate effectively. Cognitive biases represent another challenge in self-reflection. Your mind naturally employs shortcuts and filters that can distort self-perception. Questions that help counteract these biases include, what evidence might contradict this belief about myself? And how might someone who cares about me view this situation differently? By consistently challenging your automatic interpretations, you develop more accurate and balanced self-understanding. Finding balance between critical analysis and self-compassion presents another common challenge. Effective reflection requires honest examination of limitations and mistakes without harsh self-judgment that undermines growth. Questions that support this balance include, how would I respond to a friend facing the same situation? And what can I learn from this experience that will help me grow? These approaches maintain accountability while fostering the psychological safety needed for authentic self-exploration. As you engage consistently with self-reflection frameworks, you'll want to track your progress to maintain motivation and identify areas for continued development. One approach involves noticing qualitative shifts in self-awareness, increased ability to observe thoughts without immediate identification, greater complexity in understanding your motivations, or enhanced capacity to hold contradictory aspects of yourself simultaneously. Behavioral changes provide concrete evidence of how reflection is influencing your life. You might notice transitions from reactive responses to thoughtful choices, from self-criticism to self-compassion, or from patterns of avoidance to greater courage in facing challenges. These observable shifts demonstrate that your reflection practice is translating into meaningful growth rather than remaining abstract self-analysis. Integration of insights into daily life represents the ultimate measure of effective reflection. This occurs when new self-understanding influences your moment-to-moment choices and interactions. You might notice yourself responding differently in situations that previously triggered automatic reactions, making decisions more aligned with your core values, or experiencing greater congruence between your inner experience and outer expression. This integration fulfills the promise of reflection, not just knowing yourself better, but living from that knowledge more consistently. Self-reflection is not a destination, but a lifelong journey of deepening self-awareness and authentic expression. As you develop facility with various reflection frameworks, you'll likely create personalized approaches that address your specific growth edges and life circumstances. The questions that yield meaningful insights will evolve as you evolve, requiring ongoing refinement of your reflection practices. The transformative power of self-discovery becomes evident as clarity about your authentic self enhances your intrinsic motivation. When you understand what truly matters to you and how you want to contribute to the world, you naturally feel drawn toward aligned action rather than pushed by external pressure or obligation. This intrinsic motivation creates sustainable energy for growth and meaningful contribution. By committing to ongoing reflection as a core practice in your life, you participate actively in your own development rather than passively responding to circumstances. You become the primary author of your identity narrative, integrating past experiences, present awareness, and future aspirations into a coherent sense of self. This intentional approach to identity formation allows you to live with greater purpose, authenticity, and fulfillment. The ultimate promise of sustained engagement with self-reflection question frameworks. The journey of self-reflection offers profound rewards for those willing to engage consistently with thoughtful questioning. By implementing structured reflection frameworks, you develop deeper self-awareness, clearer identity, and stronger intrinsic motivation. These benefits extend beyond personal satisfaction to enhance your relationships, work, and overall contribution to the world. Creating sustainable reflection practices requires finding approaches that resonate with your personal style and life circumstances. Whether through morning journaling, evening review, meditative practices, or conversations with trusted others, the key is consistency and genuine curiosity. With each reflection session, you build capacity for deeper insights and more authentic living. Remember that self-reflection is both a skill and an art. It develops through practice and benefits from creative adaptation to your unique needs. The frameworks presented here offer starting points, but the most powerful questions will be those that emerge from your own experience and resonate with your current growth edges. By maintaining an ongoing dialogue between structured frameworks and personal intuition, you create a reflection practice that evolves with you, supporting lifelong growth and development of your authentic self. If you haven't watched the stream of consciousness writing video on the card on the right, I invite you to watch it too. If you haven't subscribed to us yet, please subscribe. If you like the video, please give it a like. Don't forget to share this video with others. We'll see you again tomorrow with a video like this. Until then, stay tuned with Your Motivation University. Have a nice day. Bye.